Dodge.
Hometown Day, all about shining a light on what is happening in your hometown, bringing together friends and neighbors, and having conversations that we need to have. So if there is something happening in your hometown, if there is someone that you feel like, oh my gosh, we really need to get them on Hometown Today, let us know. You can do that really easily by simply sending us an email to WBEVHometown@goodkarmabrands.com. I'm Amy Hudson, and I really enjoy when we have our friends and neighbors with the ADRC of Dodge County, the Aging and Disability Resource Center, visit us. It's always very informative and it's very fun. And we talk about a lot of important things during our time together, in addition to the fun. Happy to have with us here this morning Amanda Higgins, an elder benefit specialist with the ADRC of Dodge County and also a SHIP counselor, and Jenny Farmer, who is an elder disability benefit specialist and also a SHIP counselor. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. I feel like it's been forever since we've been here.
I know. It's because we really enjoy being on the air together. It's fun. You guys also spent some time at the Dodge County Fair.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was out there in the, what was the building called again? The commercial building. Just representing Dodge County Public Health and the ADRC. So I was there for a couple hours Friday morning, and then Jenny was there for another reason.
Yes, I had the privilege of going to the youth center to pick out some of the wonderful art to hang up in the administrative building and at the ADRC. It was probably one of the hardest jobs I've ever done. There was so much wonderful art that the kids had done, and there was just so many colorful pieces, so many abstract pieces, and not only things that they had drawn or painted, but the photography as well.
Yeah.
Just amazing what they had done. So I got to pick out some pieces that will be hanging up, and people have to go check it out.
Yeah, that's exciting. I walked through the youth building a couple of times during my time at the Dodge County Fair, and the amount of talent, whether it was photography or painting or drawing, it's just incredible to see that talent and to have all the kids, put themselves in the running for those ribbons and the competition. So that was a really cool, fun thing that you got to do, Jenny.
Yes, I was very lucky. We had our supervisor had asked if anyone was available on Friday, and I was the lucky one who responded to the email first. So
awesome.
I got to go hang out there. It was a very hot day. I was covered in perspiration by the time I was done with my duties. And
never let them see you sweat, Jenny.
Right. So it was, I was very happy to get back in my air-conditioned car when I was done. But
I bet. Oh, and you guys are in a fancy ride here this morning, too. You've got like an old police vehicle that you cruised as sheriff.
Old sheriff SUV. So that was very adventurous driving over here.
Yes.
Did you feel large and in charge?
So I have an edge. So jumping up to the Explorer, I was like, oh my gosh, Jenny, I feel so little in this car, but the front end I feel like is shorter than mine, so it was good. But then there was a squeak in the way back. I was like, that's really annoying.
Oh my goodness, an adventurous start to the day.
Very.
Yes.
So one of the things that Wade Bates, our morning guy, has been trying to get on the air is Cale Zomer's dad joke of the day. So when I had shared with him that you two would be joining us here this morning on Hometown, I really do look forward to Jenny's joke.
I did too.
And I think he was kind of jealous that we get to do that. And I was like, if you want to make something happen, we have to work to make it happen.
Yeah.
And then he was wondering like how you go about like picking these jokes. Are they original jokes? He had a lot of questions.
Ooh. Oh.
So
you might need your own interview.
Yeah.
I have multiple methods of getting my jokes. Sometimes they are brought on that people share them with me. Sometimes I scour the internet. Sometimes they are brought on by this special little tin I have that my supervisor gave us these different gifts for Christmas, and one was this tin full of dad jokes. But I have renamed it. I scratched out the dad part and relabeled it Jenny Jokes. That's filled with 100 jokes. So I just go about different ways of getting my jokes, and but I have to make sure that they're appropriate for they're my standard.
That's right. The Jenny standard.
The Jenny standard,
Well,
right.
let's hear it. Hit us with Jenny's joke
I don't
of the
even know
month.
what this one is, so
I
I'm
know.
kind of excited.
Does she usually tell you?
Sometimes.
Jenny, you can't tell Amanda what the joke
Nope,
is
I
before you
didn't
guys
this
get
time.
here.
No.
Okay. All right, new rule. Okay,
Yes.
here we go.
Okay, this one's appropriate for this time of year, especially for me. Why do bananas wear sunscreen?
Why do bananas wear sunscreen? It's got to have something to do with the peel.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, why do bananas wear sunscreen?
I don't know. I give up.
We give up.
To stop them from peeling.
Oh!
We were on the right track.
So close. Not really, but yes, on
But the
right
peel,
track.
yay. To keep them
Oh
from
my
peeling.
goodness,
Oh my
I love
goodness.
it. That was a good one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did wear sunscreen every day I was out at the Dodge County Fair, even though we have all that wonderful shade in Radio Park. I love a good acronym, as everyone knows, and I saw one right out of the gate when I was taking a look at what we'll be sharing with folks today, and I almost had it. Open enrollment, and then I struggled with the P, and it was so easy. Period. Open enrollment. Period. Very important time when it comes to preparing one's mindset for things that we're going to have to follow through on if they're in that special age range. So, what does that mean? Why do we care so much about open enrollment period?
Okay, so OEP, open enrollment period. So it is only August. Open enrollment period is October 15th to December 7th. But we start focusing on it now because we will be sending out postcards to everyone in mid-September. So these postcards will go to anybody who's ever worked with us before in the last year and anything related to Medicare.
And you brought one with you? Is that
We
one of
brought
your
one with
postcards?
us. So we're going to be putting one up on the screen. But it has a nice little cute fall scene on it. I know you guys are filled with different types of postcards coming to you in the mail about Medicare, and we apologize. It's one more thing in the mail, but you'll know the one from us because it has a nice little fall scene on it.
Oh, it's very pretty.
And the back part of it has not our signature, but it'll say Amanda, Jenny, and Ashley look forward to hearing from you, so you know that it's from us. This is just to remind you that open enrollment is coming upon us and is coming soon. Why is open enrollment period important? Well, this is that time of year when you're going to be reviewing either your Medicare Part D plans, your prescription drug plan, or you're going to be reviewing your Advantage plans. Because every year the formulary changes. The formulary is what the insurance plan covers for what prescriptions they even have. They might not cover your prescriptions anymore, or they might cover it, or they change the amount that they pay for it. They might not work with your pharmacy anymore. Mm-hmm. So if you like Hometown, Walgreens, Walmart, whichever one you go to, they might not work with that pharmacy anymore. So you might have to make a decision on whether or not you want that pharmacy or you want that insurance plan anymore. So if you get a postcard and you want us to help you, you're going to have to contact the ADRC to request a packet from us to help you get going on filling these things out. So once you get a packet, you'll fill it out, you'll fill in your prescriptions, you'll fill out your Medicare information, you'll mail it back to us, and then we'll help you pick out a new plan. You can do it on your own at Medicare.gov. It's just a nice computer program. It's probably one of the best programs out there. Again, it's Medicare.gov, not .com. .com is actually an insurance agent program. So
totally different.
Totally different. They were very smart when they picked their domain name.
I saw one too that there's a Medicare.org.
Okay. So make sure you're going to Medicare.gov, G-O-V. So watch out for those postcards. They'll be coming soon.
Yeah, we have a placeholder on our calendars. We'll be mailing these out about mid-September.
Okay.
Just to, again, like Jenny said, just remind everybody. And then these packets that Jenny talked about, I don't really have a great name for them. I just call them our Medicare packets.
Okay.
So just call it the beginning of October, request one of them. There's really detailed instructions in there on how to fill it out. But if you have questions, feel free to call our office. Anybody can help go through that. But it's really just gathering a person's individual information. And even though we've worked with a lot of these people before, I just ask people to humor us and fill it out again with name, address, phone number, all of that fun stuff. Because not only we have Jenny, Ashley, and I, but we also have 2 volunteers that come back every year to help us just with the computer work.
Oh my goodness.
So they put in the person's medications, update their medications, they do the plan printouts, and it's been a huge time saver because it then frees us up to counsel and meet with people more individually.
Oh, that's nice and really helpful.
Yeah, so the postcard is just a reminder, but you'll have to call back roughly the beginning of October to get the packet. And then once we have all of the person's information put together, we will then either mail out the information with instructions on how to read it, or at that point we will call and schedule an appointment.
Okay.
So if you don't get a postcard, but you still want a Medicare
Yes.
packet, you can still contact the ADRC for a packet, and you'll call 920-386-3580. But wait until the beginning of October to ask for those packets. And we'll be talking about this again when we come on the radio in September and October. This is something that we will be a broken record about because it is so important. We've saved people hundreds of dollars. We've saved people hundreds of thousands of dollars before. I think the highest we've gone up to was, I think I had one guy we saved over $100,000.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like 130, 140, something like that.
Right.
And it was just as simple as switching a pharmacy.
Wow.
He could stay with the plan. It was a very good, cost-effective plan, but that particular pharmacy was out of network for that given year. So it was just switching pharmacies. So it could be really complicated with, why, where the numbers are coming from, or it could be as simple as just going to a new pharmacy.
Definitely important to have all of those dates on the radar and to thoroughly go through and fill out all the information that's needed. That's incredible to be able, even if it is just a couple of $100
Yeah.
or that large amount that you just mentioned, it all adds up.
And I have had people that, it is only roughly $100 savings for the year, and based on their own budget, they just feel like it's not worth it switching. But that's fine too, because everybody is making their own choices. We do not pressure anybody to switch or stay with their plan. It's just giving the facts and letting a person make their own decisions. 2 other things I just wanted to talk about with this topic. Any and all insurance companies cannot market 2025 plans until October 1st.
Oh, okay.
So if you see any marketing material in paper form, in audio form, visual form on the television, if they are marketing information and plans for 2025, that should be reported to Medicare immediately.
Okay, good to know.
Because that's a very big no-no. I mean, if they're talking very generally about, hey, call us, to get information about plans, that's different. But if they're specifically talking about 2025 plans before October 1st, that's a big no-no.
Okay.
The other thing is Jenny and I are going through a ton of training at the end of September and the first couple days of October. So when we come back in September, we'll be able to bring some more information about the changes for 2025.
All right, we look forward to that. This morning we're talking with Amanda Higgins and Jenny Farmer with ADRC, the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Dodge County. They're here with us this hour on Hometown Today, which is brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaverton and presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor and so much more. We'll continue our conversation with Amanda and Jenny as Hometown Today continues here on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hey, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering. You're listening to Hometown Today on the 5,000 watt flamethrower on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
We are back with Amanda Higgins and Jenny Farmer with the ADRC of Dodge County, the Aging and Disability Resource Center. They're here with us this hour on Hometown Today. Amy Hudson alongside them from the Slumberland Furniture Studios and also the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com and also on YouTube. And Charlie Dern, who is our producer, let us know that we have a caller on line one, and someone who wants to also share a joke with us this morning. Good morning. You're on Hometown Today.
Yes, good morning. What's the difference between unlawful and illegal?
What is the difference between unlawful and illegal? Unlawful and illegal.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Okay, you stumped us.
All right. Unlawful means you broke the law. Illegal means sick bird.
Sick bird?
I don't.
Yeah, illegal.
Oh!
Illegal.
Oh my gosh.
That's
That was
good.
a delay. Did you notice that? Everybody was like, oh.
That was really funny.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
Oh, I like how we were all looking at each other like, what?
Like, what am I missing?
then
Just
we got
clicks
it.
all at once. That was good.
It feels so good to laugh, and it's just great that over the past few years, there's more awareness about the importance of mental health and the transparency. Like that was a great laugh that we just had right there together,
And that's a great segment for the next topic. That
really
was just,
is.
that was meant to be.
Absolutely, and I couldn't believe, like months ago when I had heard that it's an epidemic, being lonely, that it's right up there at the top of the list. And I know one of the things that you want to talk about today is this Friendly Voice program through AARP. What is this all about?
Yes, this is a program that we recently just learned about. So, National Academics of Science, Engineering, and Medicine revealed more than 33% of adults ages 45 and up feel lonely, and 25% of adults aged 65 and up are considered to be socially isolated and at higher risk for adverse health effects such as depression, anxiety, dementia, heart disease, suicide, and stroke. So, those are pretty staggering numbers.
They are.
So with this information, there's this new program through the AARP called Friendly Voices. The program is designed so people can call in and speak to a volunteer between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. local time and speak to someone, just volunteers to help them deal with that loneliness. Socialization. Yeah. It might not be someone they know, but it would just be someone just to talk to. So there's two phone numbers that they can call. There's one for speaking to someone in English, and then there's a number for speaking to someone in Spanish. I'll give both those numbers. The number for English is 888-281-0145. I'll say it again, 888-281-0145. And then the number for Spanish speaking is 888-497-4108. Again, that was 888-497-4108. So if people are feeling lonely, or if you know of someone who's dealing with isolation, you can pass that number on to them. Maybe that's something we could put up somewhere so people can have access to that number. Because loneliness is a real thing, and this way they can reach out to someone. I know I'm someone who, a single person, but I'm very lucky that I have a very large family and I have oodles of friends, so I make sure that I spend a lot of time with family and friends, and I have all my children, that makes me think of the soap opera.
Oh my goodness, Erica Kane.
But like we've been doing on the show, laughter and all those things, it's just so important to make sure that you have that contact with people. And so this is a way that people can have contact with other people and maybe combat that isolation and loneliness.
Well, and work your brain. I mean, I think it's very different of, thinking about what you want to say and then responding to what someone says back to you versus, maybe just being quiet and watching the television or reading a book. You're very introverted at that point. So being able to do some sort of expression to someone else,
Right.
I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
So I was kind of tickled when I saw that from Art.
Yeah, that makes me happy. It's important
Yeah.
that folks aren't isolating themselves and can have conversations with someone.
It's like
checking in
pen
on
pal
them.
on the phone.
It really is.
Right.
I had a pen pal back in grade school in the 70s.
Did too. Oh my gosh, that just brought back a memory.
I love that. We have Amanda Higgins and Jenny Farmer with us here this morning on Hometown Today. They are part of the team at ADRC of Dodge County, the Aging and Disability Resource Center. It's always so important for folks to feel safe in their homes and to stay in their homes as long as they can. And sometimes they don't always have the resources available to do so. Amanda, would you like to share some information about the USDA rural development, which helps with the home improvement loans and grants?
Yeah, we don't talk about housing stuff too frequently in the benefit world, but I think this is very appropriate for at least the population that we work with. So USD Rural Development offers home improvement loans and grants. So there's two different programs. The eligibility for this is you have to either own or occupy your home, unable to afford a loan or credit elsewhere. You have to meet a income threshold. So I'm not going to get very detailed in here, but it looks like with a household between 1 and 4, it's $40,750 a year. So if your household is bigger than that, there's different financial criteria. The person who requests a loan has to be at least 18 years old, and the grant is specifically for someone who is 60 years old or older, and living in a qualified area. And when I looked up the qualifying area, Dodge County is one of those qualifying areas. So I think that's fantastic, which is why we wanted to bring it on the show today.
Yeah, that's great.
The two different programs, the first one is a loan. So this is a max loan for up to $40,000. It's a term of 20 years, and the interest rate is fixed at 1%. A title service is required if there is an outstanding loan, if it exceeds $25,000. So that's a loan where you have to pay back the amount you borrow. The grant program, there's a maximum lifetime grant of $10,000, but this is specifically geared towards removal of safety issues and health hazards in the home. So this is a little bit different, and it has to be repaid back if the property is sold within less than 3 years of receiving the grant. Otherwise, you don't have to pay it back. So I think there's a lot of homes in Dodge County that older people are living in. They don't have the funds of, fixing the roof or something that is that safety issue or health hazard. So that's fantastic. And you also can get both programs. You can apply for both at the same time. So it's not one or the other. The state office for the USA Rural Development Programs is in Stevens Point. Their phone number is 715-345-7600, and there's an email address that I'm not going to bore everybody with, but you could also just Google USDA Rural Development home loan improvements, and you should see a bunch of stuff. But also, if you're not have something to write with right now, feel free to call the Aging and Disability Resource Center, and we're more than happy to mail you out information, email you out information, whatever is convenient for you.
It's really wonderful that this is available to Dodge County residents. This can help so many people in many different ways.
Yeah.
And so you came across this information recently?
Yeah, so I could do a show and tell. So this is our benefit specialist newsletter that our program attorneys put out monthly. Some of the stuff is kind of more flighty stuff. I think there's one about boat safety and wearing life jackets, which, is kind of interesting to read. But there's bigger stuff that's more beneficial to the community. So we like to pull out that stuff that we hear about, but we're not experts on.
Well, I'm so glad that you did bring this in to share, because we've been hearing so much lately. Actually, it feels nonstop, just regarding the rising costs, specifically of housing. And people really do want to stay in their homes, but sadly, often the resources aren't available. So thank you again for bringing this.
It's a
into the
cost
show.
saver for people to stay in their house versus going to a facility of some kind. So if you can tap into some of those resources to extend that longer, I would definitely do it if I was in those situations.
Yeah, absolutely. Amanda Higgins and Jenny Farmer with us here this morning on Hometown Today. They are part of the team at the ADRC of Dodge County, the Aging and Disability Resource Center. I know that Randy Wonka, the owner of Professional Floor Covering, talks about how important it is for people to feel safe in their homes, and the bathroom is always one of those rooms that they want the bathtub gone, but they don't know where to start because it just feels overwhelming. And that starts with a conversation with Randy and the team at Professional Floor Covering. They can help you transform your bathroom easily, get that bathtub out of there so you don't have to worry about stepping in and out of it. You can just walk in, get that beautiful cultured marble walk-in shower or whatever your style might be. But now would be the time to do it before the calendar fills up. So once you get that bathtub out of there, you get that walk-in shower, you're feeling better about that, you're feeling safe. There are other things that they can help you with in your bathroom too, between waterproof flooring, new vanity, but it all starts again with that conversation, that free in-store consultation at the showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam. Online, of course, at proflr.com. Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. Hometown Today also brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. I heard Wade Bates refer to the Daily Dodge News Center earlier today as like the global media center, but we'll be heading over to the Daily Dodge News Center in a few minutes for an update on local news, sports, and weather, and we'll get it all going with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hi, this is Randy, owner of Professional Floor Covering, and you're listening to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Happy to have Amanda Higgins and Jenny Farmer with us here this morning on Hometown Today. They are with the ADRC of Dodge County, the Aging and Disability Resource Center. And, you know, we were just talking about the great program that you brought in to share details on, Amanda, the USDA rural development, offering those home improvement loans and grants for folks that want to be able to spiff up certain things in their home. Maybe they have to, get rid of some things that are safety hazards. Really hope that, folks reach out for that information. And it's all about that comfort. And we have Dr. Verlo on the line, and he's going to talk with us about comfort, because Verlo is the place to go when you really need that comfortable good night's sleep, because getting that good sleep is pivotal to everything, isn't it, Dr. Verlo?
It is. No one realizes how important sleep is. It affects your day. It affects your work. It affects everybody around you, honestly, if we're being truthful.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter how much chocolate you have. If you don't get a good night's sleep, you're not going to be in a good mood. Dr. Verlo likes chocolate.
Oh.
Yes.
I have to ask you this real quick, Amy, and then I'll talk about something. But do you know how to make do you know how to make a pirate angry?
Do I know how to make a pirate angry? I don't know. Do you know, Jenny or Amanda?
I don't.
No. How?
Take away the P.
Oh, irate. I love it. Oh my goodness! I'm gonna have to come prepared next time with a joke when Jenny and Amanda are on the show. You guys are good. Now I'm already feeling like we're gonna start to solidify our opening act for our events. We're gonna have Dr. Verlo and Jenny do some stand up for us.
Absolutely.
You have no idea what door you just opened,
Back
Dr.
and forth.
Verlo. Are you in Beaver Dam or Fort Atkinson today?
I am in Fort Atkinson today, but at both locations, I just want to highlight a couple of things.
Yeah.
On our V1 line, we're heading back to the back-to-school time of year, believe it or not. I just packed my second son off to go back to the dorm this morning.
Oh.
He's got to be there a little bit early. He runs cross country. Now, that's something that he does. That's something we don't do, just to clarify that. But
I know I have a runner in my house too. My oldest is a senior, and she was at cross country practice in Horicon this morning too. I'm not a runner. I don't know where she gets it from.
Yeah. But we have in those lines, if you're looking for something, the bed to go to college, it's something affordable, comfortable. Twin extra longs and mattresses, that's usually the college size. In the V1 line, the mattresses there are sale for $299, $349 for the twin longs. Also, we have a couple of futon options still for $499. A limited supply on those, but there's certainly something I believe that would fit underneath the bunks. You have to have that limited space in the dorm room. And then with our V3 line, if you're looking, maybe they are not in the dorm, but they have their apartment, and you want to get something that's a little bit better, maybe the bed that they'll take with them as they start out, that would be the V3. We're running the free box springs, so you get the set for the price of $9.99. You buy the mattress, you get the box spring for free.
That's an amazing deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of savings right there.
Yeah, and so if you send them off to bed with a good mattress, that's one less excuse when report card time comes.
I love it. We are noting that, Dr. Verlo. That's good.
And we have everything, our Labor Day sale, just so everybody is aware, will be running through September 8th.
Okay,
so
got it.
Come down, take advantage of that, either up in Beaver Dam, 1613 North Spring Street, down here in Fort Atkinson at 201 North Main.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Always. And thanks for the funny.
All right. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks. Dr. Verlo with us here this morning on Hometown Today. Amanda Higgins and Jenny Farmer with the Aging and Disability Resource Center, the ADRC of Dodge County, also with us. Really appreciate that you make the time once a month to come on Hometown Today to fill us in on really important things that people need to be aware of. And I love that we've covered some new things here today. We put important dates on everyone's radar. And there is here's another acronym. Is it just Guide, Guide?
Yeah, it's a new pilot project, but I needed to spell it out because with it being new, there was no way I was going to remember this acronym.
This is really important. Guiding an improved dementia experience. It's a Medicare pilot project.
Yeah, I was really excited to see this. During the break, I was just making a comment to Jenny that our dementia care specialist was asking me about Medicare coverage for something like this. And he asked me this months ago, and I kind of looked at him puzzled because nothing came across my radar, but I'm wondering if this is what he was talking about. So it's an 8-year pilot program. Qualifying families are paired with a on-call care coordinator 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, really to help them arrange medical visits and identify resources to provide a few hours a week of in-home care. And the eligible participants must have a dementia diagnosis. So that's really important that Medicare is really focusing on the person who has that diagnosis of dementia. The person has to live in their own home or with a family member. Or at an assisted living facility. Okay. So a lot of different types of places that the person can be staying at. The interesting thing is they have to be on original Medicare. They cannot have an Advantage plan at this time to participate in the program. So it's only people that have the original Medicare Part A and B, and they use that red, white, and blue Medicare card, not right. The Advantage plans through like United Healthcare or Humana, United Healthcare, those other plans. It has to be original Medicare at this time. Who knows? They might expand this, I guess, once the pilot project ends. Let's see here. Only 2 healthcare providers right now in Wisconsin have signed up to participate in the project. And
in the entire state?
In the entire state, because I think that this is kind of new. They're trying to kind of test the waters a little bit. And sure. I looked up what providers. Unfortunately, they're both in Milwaukee. Bluestone Physician Services in Wisconsin, and Aurora Medical Group. But we see a fair amount of people that utilize the Aurora medical system. So I think that might work this way as well.
Okay. That's really good to know. If folks want some more information about that, can they just call the ADRC office?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know much more than what I just told you, but we might be able to do some more research on the Medicare website for some additional stuff. Otherwise, I guess I would just suggest talking with your primary care physician, too, if this is something that would help your loved one.
Yeah, it's hard to deal with that. Amanda Higgins and Jenny Farmer with the ADRC of Dodge County with us here this morning on Hometown Today. You guys do such a great job of being buttoned up and sharing important information. Every time we're on the air together, I'm really impressed. Just everything that you have happening at the ADRC, all of the resources that you provide to people, and your Medicare classes are just of such value to folks that really don't know where to start. And I know that we have a couple of classes that you want to talk about, and I can't believe that something I'm seeing here, Amanda, has the word last and then 2024 as we like, oh my goodness, like summer is like basically
I'm not ready.
I'm not ready either, but we can feel it. It's so winding down. And before we know it, September is going to be here. Like 2 weeks away, less than 2 weeks away.
La, la, la.
I know. I'm in denial.
Air.
Nothing funny about that, is there, Jenny?
No, nothing funny. Nothing funny at all.
So let's make sure folks know about these dates so they can be prepared, and also tell them about, what will be covered in these Medicare classes.
Sure. So the class that Jenny, myself, and Ashley teach are in Juneau. We call our class Medicare Basics of Beyond. But a lot of these types of classes, Medicare ABCs, Medicare 101, they're usually structured the same from all of the benefit specialists across the state. Our next class is Tuesday, September 10th at 9 a.m. in Juneau at the Human Services Building. And then the last class for the year is Wednesday, October 9th, also at 9 o'clock. We usually stop doing classes in October, the beginning part of October, just because once open enrollment starts in the early part of December, it's so crazy for us that there is no possibility of trying to squeeze in another class. So hopefully people can sign up for either the September or October class if they are going to be turning 65, either before the end of this year or even the early part of 2024. We will have a class right away in January, and then every month after that going into 2025, but we have no idea what that schedule looks like. I usually tell people to call our office back after open enrollment, like mid-December.
When things have calmed down a little bit.
The storm has passed.
Yeah.
And then we should have an idea of what next year's schedule will be. But this class is very comprehensive. We go from the very beginning of, who is eligible for Medicare benefits, how to enroll, and then we get into more of the nuts and bolts of what Part A is, what Part B is, the cost associated with that, and then further from that, we talk about supplements, advantage plans, just the differences between the two, the benefits, the cost, generally how to pick a plan. Again, this is an unbiased class, so we're not going to suggest or give any suggestions on our end, but it's really kind of tips and tricks on just how to navigate this Medicare maze. And at the very end, we talk some about public benefits based on income and assets to help offset the cost of Medicare. I think there's a little bit of a sticker shock when people come from the employment world into Medicare and they're not sharing that monthly premium with their employer anymore. They are incurring all of the cost themselves. So by sharing a couple of these benefits, we can kind of provide some additional income support, I guess, to offset that burden a little bit. There was some information that came from the National Council on Aging, I think it's called, NOCA, and there is a significant amount of people throughout the entire country that are not participating in some of these benefit programs to try to help offset their Medicare costs. The first one is the Medicare Savings Program, and if you're eligible based on income or assets, your state will help you pay the Part B premium, which is like $1,700 or $1,900 a year savings, which is pretty staggering when you think about it. And then the other program is called Low Income Subsidy or Extra Help, and it can help reduce the cost of medications, which we know that's also really expensive depending on the medications people take. So our class is very great. It's very informative. It is a little long. It's about 2 hours, but people get a lot of materials to take home with them so they don't have to memorize everything during the class.
We make it as painless as possible.
Oh, I'm sure you do. Yeah, because it's a lot of heavy information. So you have to, keep people engaged and
Right.
And we always welcome.
How do you make that easy for folks? Jenny?
Right.
Lighthearted. How do you do that?
We kind of joke around.
We joke around as much as we can. We start at the beginning reminding people that this isn't high school. You're allowed to get up and stretch whenever you want.
Can we chew gum in class?
You're allowed to chew gum. You're allowed to go potty whenever you need to. You're allowed to have snacks and drink water. We treat you like the adults that you are. So we keep it as relaxed as we can.
Good.
And with it being so overwhelming, at the end we tell everybody, to just not look at the material, let it sink in, pick it up in a couple days, and then call us for individual appointments. So it's not that we talk at you, give you all this information, and then unleash you into the world. We can definitely provide some one-on-one assistance if it's needed.
Yeah, great support. And that's so helpful. I liked how you described it as a Medicare maze. I'd never heard that before. And even though I'm not there yet, just from what little I've learned, it's like that's kind of what it feels like. There's so many different things.
And some people get lost in the maze and they don't know how to get out.
Yeah, it's a good thing that we have you guys there to help. We appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
If people can't make the classes in person, can they virtually attend?
Yes, we do have classes available virtual, but I can tell you though, just from what we've seen since COVID, since we've passed COVID, people get so much more out of coming to the in-class classes. They get to engage with other people that are in the same boat, and to be selfish, it's a lot of work trying to juggle an in-person class and a virtual class at the same time. So we encourage you to come in person if at all possible. But yes, virtual is an option.
Absolutely. Anything else that you guys would like to
Yes,
share
we
with
just need to
us?
talk about the Watertown class.
Oh,
So
let's
we're
do
doing
it.
another Medicare class. Like I said, it's structured the same way. We just have a different title for this class. It's called ABCs of Medicare. We've been doing this joint county class with Jefferson in the city of Watertown since it splits the two counties. We've been doing this collaboration for about a decade. Shortly after I started, Jefferson County reached out, and we've been doing this ever since, and I think it's fantastic. So we have the 3 benefit specialists from Jefferson, we have the 3 benefit specialists from Dodge County, and anybody who is in either county, regardless of age, can come attend this class. It will be Monday, September 16th. We are doing it from 4 to 6 o'clock at the Watertown Public Library, and it's going to be in the community room. And if you have not been to this beautiful library, go a little early, check it out, and the registration desk will be able to guide you to the room.
Okay, very good. So again, the class in Watertown at the Watertown Library is September 16th from 4 until 6, and it's free.
It's free. The only little tweak here is Jefferson County is taking the registrations. So 920-674-8734. I guess that's just a tad different from our Juno classes here in Dodge.
Well, and if folks have questions, they're always welcome to give the ADRC a call.
Absolutely.
Right. So if you didn't get that number, you can call the Dodge County ADRC and we'll get that number to you to register. So even though you're calling Jefferson County to register for the class, it's still through us at Dodge County as well.
Yeah, and we look forward to seeing everybody who registers. We always have a competition, though, with Jefferson County to see how many Dodge residents will populate
Yes.
the class. So if you know of anybody, even if you don't physically live in Watertown, if you live in Clyman or even Beaver Dam, please come and be nerdy and talk about Medicare with us.
I love it. It's always a pleasure to have you on Hometown today. Thank you so much for making the time to be here and for sharing all of this really valuable information with our listeners and our viewers. We really appreciate it.
More to come in September.
Thanks for having us.
Always. I'm already looking forward to it. September. That just feels weird, doesn't it?
It does.
Amanda Higgins and Jenny Farmer with the ADRC of Dodge County, the Aging and Disability Resource Center, here with us this morning on Hometown Today. And Labor Day just like a couple of weeks away.
I know.
Right.
That really is another sign that summer bye-bye. But it can mean good things, big things at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam, because they are having a big store-wide sale to celebrate Labor Day. They get it. They know everyone who labors has made America strong, prosperous, and a great country. So they are celebrating, and the showroom at McKinstry's Home Furnishings is filled with sofas, reclining sofas, sectionals, and chairs, all at unbeatable savings, like Lazy Boy rocker recliners starting at $389. You can also save big on Simmons Beauty Rest and Symbol mattresses, and dining room and bedroom sets also marked down for this event, and they will help you get those finishing touches. Add your pictures, area rugs, accessories for the final touches. McKinstry's always offers you the latest styles, always designed to fill your home with comfort and quality. So hurry in, check it out, discover the Labor Day savings at McKinstry's Home Furnishings in downtown Beaver Dam, and know that the sale ends Saturday, August 31st. We are off to the theater next. We will get a chance to meet a new friend and neighbor, a gentleman who is part of the show Four Guys in Dinner Jackets. So that is set to hit the stage at BDACT on Saturday, September 7th. And Tommy Look, one of the Four Guys in Dinner Jackets, will be with us next hour here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Getting to know your friends and neighbors, this is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Beautiful start to the day. Nothing but sunshine for us to enjoy, and this will be repeated tomorrow, the day after that, and then the day after that. Yeah, no rain in the forecast. Just some gorgeous summer weather. A lot of sunshine today with highs in the mid to upper 70s, and I can't believe that it actually feels chilly to me in the early part of the day and the evening, but our lows are going to be really comfy. Going to be a nice night to head over to the Seipel Center for Music and the Arts to enjoy one of their outdoor concerts in the garden. So make your way over there. The show starts at 6. These are free for the community to enjoy. Make sure you take your blanket. You can picnic on it, but you might want to bundle up in it too if it gets a little chilly. But really going to be a lovely night in the garden enjoying the show. And then next Tuesday will be the last show of the season, all part of the Seipel Summer Concerts in the Garden series. Just Us will be performing tonight, and it was wonderful to have half of the Just Us duo with us yesterday on Hometown Today. We are off to the theater here in just a few minutes on Hometown Today. Beaver Dam Area Community Theater having an outstanding season as they celebrate their 60th anniversary season this year, and we'll have a chance to get to know a new friend and neighbor, part of Four Guys in Dinner Jackets. Tommy Lewick, or Luke, I've got to figure out how to say his last name, and we'll do that when he joins us here in a few minutes. But Four Guys in Dinner Jackets all set to hit the stage at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater coming up on Saturday, September 7th. So really looking forward to hearing about the show, what we get to enjoy on that Saturday, September 7th, and getting to know Tommy. And of course, right away, I've got to know how to pronounce his last name properly. Waiting in the wings if we need him, David Smith. We always need David Smith. He is the managing director at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, and they really are having an outstanding season this year as they celebrate 60 years. And a lot of great shows coming up in addition to Four Guys in Dinner Jackets. I know that it's been so much fun having cast members, directors, such a variety of shows that they have at BDACT, and having the opportunity to welcome guests from the shows here on Hometown Today has really been wonderful. So looking forward to getting to talk with Tommy and getting to know him. We are about 56 minutes away from Pretzels with an Angel. If you did not get your fill of Ben's Pretzels at the Dodge County Fair, you definitely need to make your way over to Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam, because at 11 o'clock, it all gets going. Our pretzel party with an angel from 11 until 4:30 today at the Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam. It is a fundraising event. Ben's Pretzels generously donating 15% of all of the proceeds from the event today to Noel's Angel Walk and the Good Comer Brands John Moser Children's Radiothon. So it's all for a good cause, and you get to fill your belly with some of those delicious Ben's Pretzels. I can only eat one. They are so big, but they are so delicious, and then I can never really get through one in one sitting. So, I'm enjoying it for a day or two, but it's all good. So again, that's happening from 11 until 4:30 today, our pretzel party with an angel at Fox Brothers Piggly Wiggly in Beaver Dam from 11 until 4:30. Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam, and presented by Professional Floor Covering Your Floor, and so much more. We are off to the theater next, Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
from Professional Floor Covering, bringing together friends and neighbors on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Good morning and welcome back to Hometown Today. We are live in the Slumberland Furniture Studios and the Daily Dodge TV studios as we stream live at dailydodge.com and also on our YouTube channel. It is easy for you to subscribe to Daily Dodge TV on YouTube, and when you do that, please click the notifications icon so you get alerts. You know when things are happening, when the Daily Dodge TV studios are fired up here at 100 Bill McCullum Way, or if we're out and about covering one of the many local sporting events that we cover, or doing fun things like we did last week being at the Dodge County Fair. I'm Amy Hudson, and I am a fan of always getting to know new people and firing up a conversation. You're no longer waiting in the wings there, David Smith, Managing Director for Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. But I know, and thank you for being here, but sure. I know that we are going to check in with one of the four guys in dinner jackets. There's a great show that will soon be taking it to the stage at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. So get ready for a lot of great music and some Wisconsin fun when four guys in dinner jackets hit the BDACT stage coming up on Saturday, September 7th. Of course, four guys in dinner jackets means four guys in dinner jackets. Although, we shouldn't just assume that. You really used to like this band, Ben Folds 5, and there were only three members.
There were three people. I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. But the four guys in dinner jackets, the old-fashioned tour that they're doing, it's the Supper Club Tour. Call us old-fashioned. The Supper Club Tour hits BDACT on Saturday, September 7th. And we have one of those four guys. I don't know if he's in his dinner jacket for the conversation. We're going to find out. We're also going to find out where Tommy is calling in from. But first, I must know, Tommy, how do you pronounce your last name?
Hi, it's Tommy Lewick.
Tommy Lewick. That's what David Smith, the Managing Director for BDACT, was thinking. Thank you for joining us this morning, Tommy Lewick. Where are you calling in from?
Glad to be here, Amy. Thank you. I'm in Brookfield, Wisconsin.
Excellent. Is that your hometown?
Yes, it is. Uh-huh.
Excellent. Are you wearing the dinner jacket?
I don't have it on right now, but it's at the dry cleaner, right?
That's right. You have places to be and shows to perform. We're really looking forward to getting to know you here this morning, Tommy, and learning about the four guys in dinner jackets. In addition to yourself, you have Aaron Schmidt, Joe Franci, and Reginald T. Kirshner.
That's right.
All making up the four guys in dinner jackets, and you have a baritone voice. I'm also a Barry. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how this came to be, the four guys in dinner jackets, because we know that there's going to be a lot of great music during the show, classic doo-wop and some funny Wisconsin humor. So tell us about the four guys in dinner jackets.
Exactly. Well, you got it pretty much right on the head. The four guys in dinner jackets started about, and I can't believe it, but 20 years ago.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations! That's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a pretty long running gig. The four guys were cast in a production at a local dinner theater here called the Broadway Baby Dinner Theater at the time. Unfortunately, that dinner theater no longer exists, but if you're familiar with the show Forever Plaid, it's a show about four guys who are vocalists, and they're on their way to their first public concert, and they're hit. This is a story. They're hit by a school bus of Catholic schoolgirls, and they go to heaven, and God sends them down to do the concert that they never got to have in life. So that's kind of the premise of the show that we were all first in at the Broadway Baby Dinner Theater. The national tour came through simultaneously about a year later, and so we had to stop the run of that show, and we decided, we're having so much fun. Let's write our own show. We love this music. This music is, the music of the Four Aces, the Four Lads, the Four Freshmen, the Crew Cuts, the Four Seasons. And so a friend of mine suggested the name. Well, they're all like for this, for that. How about just 4 guys in dinner jackets? And so that's kind of how our name, was born, and that's how our group formed.
Oh my goodness!
We started getting small little performance gigs around town at like places like the Italian Community Center and other local Milwaukee venues. And then we started to write formal shows. The show that we're currently doing is our 7th or 8th different individual production. And it's 4 guys in dinner jackets. Call us old-fashioned, the Supper Club Tour.
I love that.
And it kind of revels in all the wonderful things that are very Wisconsin, like the Supper Club, and all the different places that we've been, and the different towns that you can't pronounce in Wisconsin, and just that excellent sort of humor that's endemic to this area.
Yeah, it's very heartwarming, and being a Wisconsinite, it just makes me smile because it's also spot on. I grew up going out for Friday night fish fries with my family at a proper supper club, and you would get you'd get that old fashioned, and hopefully they were mulling it up and doing it right and topping it off with that big old orange slice. But it's really good stuff. So tell us about the concepting for this specific tour and show, if you could please, Tommy. Like, how did this come up in conversation? Were you just trying to concept like what the next show would be, and you landed on the love of Wisconsin?
You know what? That again. You're hitting it right on the head. It's just we're all very, very good friends, and we hang out a lot. And we're all like kind of music and theater people, and so we're always kind of generating jokes and things when we're together. And we're all, if something funny will happen, we'll say, we got to put that in the next show. We got to put that in the next show. The way that this show started is one of the guys, Aaron, had a T-shirt on. And it just said, call me old-fashioned, and it had a picture of an old-fashioned. I said, oh, my goodness, wouldn't that be fun? Let's make a show around that. And so it just kind of generated from that, and we just kept on, circling around the funny Wisconsin sorts of things. And, boy, if you live in Wisconsin, there's a lot of material.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well, and when you were talking about some of the different cities that we have a hard time pronouncing, what are some of those cities in Wisconsin that you and the rest of the 4 guys in dinner jackets have a tough time pronouncing?
Well, we learn how to pronounce them, but the jokes are always, of course, Oconomowoc. If you're not from Wisconsin, you have a hard time, but yeah, Wanakee, Oconomowoc. There's just tons. Wisconsin has some funny names, and there's a song. I don't know if you know the song "We've Been Everywhere."
Oh my goodness, Johnny Cash! It's a classic.
Yeah,
and then it starts speeding up. Yeah.
So one of the 4 guys, Joe, changed that song completely, and it's all Wisconsin cities. That he actually stood there with a map and picked out things. And they all rhyme. It's just amazing.
Oh, I love it.
So that's one of our opening numbers.
So do you write all of the material for the show? When you were talking about, your love for this era of music, do you perform any classics that we'll know? Are they all new songs like the take on "I've Been Everywhere"?
Some of them are parodies. The show really is. I don't like to call. Sometimes people make the mistake and call us a band, but we're not a band. We have, the 4 guys in dinner jackets. We have piano, bass, and drums, but we also do some a cappella occasionally. But the songs that we do are all recognizable. They really revel in the 4 guys artists of, the first boy bands that really existed, right?
Oh my goodness, I never thought of it that way. True. That is spot on, Tommy.
Yeah, it is. And really that's the wonderful love of the music like Shaboom and At the Hop and Blue Moon or The Twist. People think of, if you're my age, I'm 50-something.
I'll go with that too, yes.
Growing up and watching Sha-Na-Na on TV, 6 o'clock at night, and just like being posed there in front of the TV, listening to all those songs, and they really reflect a time when everybody this is a lighter, happier family time. You know what I mean? So yeah, all the music is recognizable. But we are a show that's music and comedy and choreography and costume. So really all of it.
It sounds like a blast. Again, we're talking with Tommy Lewick. He is one of the 4 guys in Dinner Jackets, and their show, Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour, will hit Beaver Dam Area Community Theater coming up on Saturday, September 7th, 7:30 performance. Tickets are only $30. You can get those online. We'll be talking with David Smith later on, the managing director at BDACT, and we'll make sure that we cover all of the ways you can get tickets because, yes, you can get them at bdact.org. You can also be old school and show up in person at the BDACT Fine Arts Center box office. That will be open for you from 10 until 4 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today is Tuesday, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so folks can head on down there and get those tickets. Tommy, can you hang out with us for a little bit longer? I have more questions for you and appreciate your time. And the show sounds like a total blast. Is your cat Linus hanging around today? I heard you have a cat Linus and a dog Blanche.
That's true, I do. Oh, I think that's so funny.
Oh, I love it. Well, take care of them. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll continue our conversation with Tommy Lewick. He is one of the 4 guys in Dinner Jackets, getting to know him and learn about the show and what we can look forward to experiencing when their Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour show hits BDACT on Saturday, September 7th. Hometown Today brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam and presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. With summer winding down, you may start to focus on the holidays. I came across something recently like we have 19 Fridays until Christmas.
Oh, stop.
I know. It's like,
Stop.
don't throw anything at me. But when you're thinking about what you want to spiff up around your house before, family comes over and you're hosting parties, get to it. Now's the time to have that free in-store consultation at Professional Floor Covering and have that conversation with Randy and the team about what it is you want to do, whether it's updating flooring throughout your home right now, 12 months interest-free on all of the flooring at Professional Floor Covering. Maybe it's spiffing up that bathroom like we talked about earlier, getting that bathtub out of there, get that walk-in shower in. Maybe it's the kitchen. There are tons of things to do in the kitchen in addition to the flooring, the cabinets, the countertops. Professional Floor Covering can help you with all of those things. That's why it's Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more. So pop into that beautiful showroom at 713 Park Avenue in Beaver Dam and check them out online at proflr.com. We will continue our conversation with Tommy Lewick, who is one of the 4 guys in Dinner Jackets. Their show, Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour, will be at BDACT on Saturday, September 7th. So we'll jump right back into the conversation with Tommy and David Smith, also joining us, the managing director of BDACT. This is Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Hi, it's Randy from Professional Floor Covering, bringing you Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Beaver Dam Area Community Theater celebrating 60 years. This is their 60th anniversary season, and big thanks to David Smith, Managing Director, and everyone who has played a part in making the season so spectacular. I was sharing with David that I really have been enjoying the segments that we get to do with Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, inviting some of the, cast members on the show with us, the directors, and just an outstanding lineup. There are still many shows for you to enjoy before the end of the year hits us and we launch into 2025. One of those wonderful shows will be hitting the stage at BDACT coming up on Saturday, September 7th, as 4 Guys in Dinner Jackets perform for us. Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour will be performed on Saturday, September 7th, 7:30 at BDACT. And we have one of those 4 guys in dinner jackets with us here this morning. All of them, Reginald T. Kirshner, Joe Franci, and Aaron Schmidt. And we have Tommy Lewick here with us this morning on Hometown Today. Thank you again for sharing your time with us this morning, Tommy. We really appreciate it. And I've heard that clearly. You are the cutest of the 4 guys.
You're amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, it's just, I came across that and I was like, I wonder how Tommy feels about that. That's fantastic. We are really excited for 4 Guys in Dinner Jackets to hit the stage at BDACT. When you were talking about the band starting, or I shouldn't call it a band, the group starting 20 years ago, that at this point, I think it's safe to say, David, you check my head, but it's kind of a legacy when you're in it that long.
Yeah,
20
it
years.
really is. It really is. It's a tribute to how entertaining they are.
Yeah.
Well, our audience is, our target audience is really in all ages. The humor and the jokes and all that. Of course, the music comes from largely the 50s and 60s. So even for younger people, they have so much fun and they learn about the music. They come into contact with a genre of sounds that that not a lot of young people know about. And so I also am a high school teacher, and a lot of the kids and their families will occasionally come and see the shows, and the kids will now have a new interest in this wonderful sort of happy time music that so many of their parents and certainly the grandparents know about.
Yeah. That when you talk about music from the 50s and 60s, being happy and infectious, like it really does just make you feel good. And right now on Daily Dodge TV, our producer Ninja is sharing some footage from some of your shows, and that's entertainment right there, David Smith, as I'm watching the performance and the great set. So excited to see you guys perform here. And I'm not sure what tour we were watching there on Daily Dodge TV. Will you guys have a set? Will it scream Wisconsin? Will there be a supper club in the background? Because what David and I were just watching on Daily Dodge TV, there was like a wheel of fun, like some game show wheel and like a retro TV. Yeah. Set the scene for us, Tommy.
Well, there are elements of supper clubs. I don't want to give too much away, but we do some elements of things like, we refer to the Lazy Susan, and we may or may not do the twist on Lazy Susans, but
oh my gosh, I love that.
We do incorporate a lot of fun shtick and a lot of Wisconsin humor and comedy. So yeah, all the shows that we've written, I think 6 or 7 different individual shows. Like the one prior to this was called 4 Guys in Dinner Jackets, now live in Technicolor. So it celebrated all of the television shows from the 50s, 60s, 70s. So everything from, Ed McMurray's My 3 Sons, right? Now he's from your area, right?
That's right.
Yep.
All the way through the Brady Bunch, the Partridge Family, and some of the early other family shows, Sonny and Sharon. So we always come up with these themes, and then our set and our costumes will reflect whatever that theme is. You can imagine with the supper club tour idea, a lot of the Rat Pack stuff comes to mind, right?
Oh, yeah.
We do, references to the Rat Pack. We've got a comedy section of that. So we do a nod to, Dean Martin and Frank Sinatra, and part of the Supper Club tour show is about that. So, yeah, our set and our costumes and our humor and the jokes all sort of reflect what the show is currently about. So
it's going to be a lot of fun. And you mentioned that you're a high school teacher. When I was doing my homework, and you teach advanced placement psychology and abnormal psychology.
Yes.
That you are by far the smartest person on the air right now.
Oh, I don't know.
That's big stuff, mister.
Well,
he's so
someone's got to do it.
So how's your summer been? When do you have to head back to school, back to the classroom?
Heading back, well, I've already been going in a couple times, just getting organized and finding all those things that I filed away. But teachers start next week.
Okay. We're talking this morning with Tommy Lewick, one of the four guys in Dinner Jackets. Their show, Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour, hits BDACT on Saturday, September 7th for us to enjoy beginning at 7:30. You're also in an award-winning band from Milwaukee, Swing Nouveau. Tell us about that. You're a busy guy.
Well, thank you. Yes, Swing Nouveau. It's a Whammy award-winning big band. Swing Nouveau is kind of like a new take on 1940s swing music. It's a 17-piece big band.
Oh, wow.
And we do all the music from that area, a lot of, music that won the war sort of stuff. And I'm the vocalist for that group. So it's got, saxophones, trumpets, drums, piano, bass, everything. And we do a lot of, public events and, weddings and all those wonderful things. That big band has been around for, I think, 25 years.
Wow. I hope I have a chance to see Swing Nouveau. I was just in Milwaukee a few weeks ago and saw Postmodern Jukebox. So they do like a 40s twist on a lot of popular music. It was a lot of fun. What about the other three guys in Dinner Jackets? Do they also have other groups, artistic endeavors that they're involved with?
They do. Our bass, Aaron Schmidt, is a lighting and sound designer for local theater groups as well. You want to keep him in mind, David.
Yeah, that's good.
He's just really super talented and does stuff at the Waukesha Civic Theater, at the Sunset Playhouse here in Milwaukee, different theaters around. And he also works with kids. He is actually a very nerdy, technical sort of guy. He knows a lot of stuff, and he's the one that we always count on to make us sound right and look good and under the lighting and things like that. Joe is also kind of a computer guy. He works at UWM in their tech area, working with students and staff in their computer systems. And Reggie is an accountant.
I love it. It's an interesting mix of people.
Yeah.
I love that you all found your way to one another, and you've been performing together for 20 years now. That's outstanding. Will you be riding a unicycle during Old Fashioned Supper Club Tour? I heard you you like to...
What did our agent tell you? She told you everything.
Well, that you have a talent for riding a unicycle, and that is just not a common thing, Tommy Lewick, at all. Did this start like when you were young and fearless and didn't worry about breaking things?
Yeah, it did definitely start when I was young. My brother started me on it. He rode a 14-foot tall unicycle that he adapted from a Schwinn giraffe, that's the brand, and that was 7 feet, and then he extended it another 7 feet. It was 14 feet tall, and I actually used to ride around on his shoulders when he was on that.
Wow!
And I would get on his shoulders from the roof of our house.
Oh my gosh, that you're making up.
No, I'm not. I'm not making it up.
Your poor mother.
That's crazy.
I know.
Wow.
I know. And my mom was not too happy about that.
No.
No, not at all. Oh, I cannot wait to see the show. We're really looking forward to it. And
thank you.
You're welcome. And we're so thankful for your time. We're talking this morning with Tommy Lewick, who is one of the 4 guys in dinner jackets. Make sure you get your tickets. Do not miss the show.
Yeah,
Call us old
can't
fashioned.
wait to be there.
It's going to be fantastic. When was the last time you were in our area here in Dodge County?
I'm trying to think. Dodge County. We've been everywhere.
I love it. We'll leave it at that.
Is Monroe by you?
Oh my goodness.
That's Dodge County.
That is my hometown, and it's about 2.5 hours south of where Beaver Dam is. Were you at the Monroe Center for the Arts performing?
Yeah, we've been there a few times. We really do travel all over Wisconsin, and I'm not I teach psychology, not geography, so I don't really know where I'm talking about.
Well, as long as you show up on Saturday, September 7th at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, that is exactly where you need to be right then and there. It's been a pleasure, Tommy. Thank you again for spending part of your... You're welcome. Thank you for spending part of your morning here with us. Again, we look forward to the show, 4 guys in dinner jackets. Call us old-fashioned, the Supper Club Tour at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater on Saturday, September 7th. We'll make sure folks get those tickets and look forward to welcoming you to Beaver Dam on September 7th.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, David.
We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you, Tommy. Make it a great day.
You too.
Bye-bye. Oh my goodness, what a talent and what diversity.
I mean, an entertainer that teaches abnormal psychology, who would have figured?
Oh my goodness, and a daredevil from an early age.
Oh my.
Tommy Lewick with us this morning here on Hometown Today. Get your tickets, don't miss 4 guys in dinner jackets and their show Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour, Saturday, September 7th. You can easily get those tickets online at bdact.org or go directly to the BDACT Fine Arts Center box office. If you've never been, easy for you to find at 117 West Maple Avenue in downtown Beaver Dam. That box office open for you today. It is open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 4. David Smith, Managing Director with BDACT, will be hanging around for a little bit because we have a lot to fill you in on. We're going to fill that calendar up with all kinds of fun for you to have at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. We'll be heading over to the Daily Dodge News Center for local news, sports, and weather updates, and we'll kick it off with an update from ABC News here on Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
Andy from Professional Floor Covering, welcoming you back to Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.
It really has been an incredible 60th anniversary season at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater. A sincere note of thanks to David Smith, Managing Director, anyone who has played a role in the shows this season, all the folks that work behind the scene, all the volunteers coming together to bring us such wonderful, high caliber of entertainment. We have a lot more shows to look forward to before we say bye-bye to 2024, and really want to thank Tommy Lewick, who was with us earlier here on Hometown Today. Tommy, one of the 4 guys in dinner jackets, and wow, we are in, I can already feel how much my face is going to hurt after the show, because we are in for such a great time between all the wonderful music. We talked a lot about that doo-wop sound from the 50s and 60s, that happy feeling that, that time period brings us, and then all the humor. And we get to be at the heart of that humor because it is Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour. So aimed right at us Wisconsinites. So get your tickets. They're only $30. You can get those online at BDACT.org, directly from the BDACT Fine Arts Center box office. It's right there on West Maple Avenue, downtown Beaver Dam. 10 to 4 is when the box office is open for you on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So please make note of that. And the date for 4 Guys in Dinner Jackets, Call Us Old Fashioned, the Supper Club Tour, is Saturday, September 7th. Happy to have David Smith, Managing Director with BDACT, with us here for the final few minutes of Hometown Today. We're rocking and rolling. That's what David said to me when we were just getting set to come out of the break, because this really has been an incredible season. Congratulations to you and everyone who's played a part in all of the shows. There's been such an amazing variety of shows. I don't like to toss that blanket with something for everyone, but geez, David Smith, there's something for everyone at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater.
Well, that is our slogan. Our motto is theater for everyone, and my job is to keep the buffet full and fresh, and then you come enjoy what you want. But I was just telling you during the break, my mother used to support the theater for many years, and she would come to see a show every once in a while. But now she's like, dang it, there's so much going on. I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that. So she's in the theater a lot now, which is great.
That is great.
But we try to keep things out there, not just as an opportunity for the public to see shows, but an opportunity for people to be involved.
Yeah.
So it literally takes thousands of people in the cast, behind the scenes, on the crews, in the audience to make this work. And this community is amazing because the people just keep showing up.
Yeah.
I meet new people every couple of months that seem to come out of the woodwork, and they're so willing to help, and most of them are so talented and skilled, and the ones that are beginners become skilled really fast. So it's just amazing to watch. I just love working with these people.
When you talk about someone that maybe has no skills and they get them, they've got talent there, those skills get sharpened up. You have classes available for folks. So let's talk about some of those classes that are coming up, because registration time, it's open.
It's open now.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yep.
Fall classes.
Yep. We have 3 classes available right now for, 4 actually, but we have 3 classes that are registering right now. The first one is One Voice, our children's chorus. They've been around for several years. I think this is their 4th or 5th year. And they're amazing. Judy Heffron teaches that group, and they are amazing.
They really are. I saw them. They performed as part of the Fall Downtown
Fest
last October.
Yes.
So good.
Those kids are great. They're just really great. And again, she takes beginners and seasoned veterans that in the 5th grade, and they all just do great things together. So if you know someone who has a child who likes music, that's the place to go.
Okay.
We also have an acting class for 3rd through 5th graders, and it's called Class Act. And at the end of the year, they put on a show. You would expect a class show to bring in some parents and grandparents in the audience.
Of course.
And last year's show sold out the theater. And we have 330 seats, and I'm telling you, the majority of people in there did not have a kid in the class.
Okay, that's great.
It was just so entertaining and so fun. So they've been around a couple of years now. And then the third group is the teenage group, which I think might be most appropriately named. They're called Acting Up. And they're the middle school kids, and they get to come in and really stretch their imagination and have fun and learn some new skills. And that's such a rough time in life. And to be able to get in and get out of your shell and get rid of yourself, your self-doubts and build some self-esteem and some confidence. It's really, really, really good for them.
Yeah.
And again, all of our classes are entertainment-based because that's what we are, but I think the purpose is a lot bigger than entertainment, because there's a lot of people who are in shows and have fun doing this, and that's not what they're going to do professionally. But it will make them better at whatever they do professionally, because they won't be self-conscious. They can speak to a group of people. They'll interview better for jobs. They'll be better managers and teachers and parents. And so we like to think we're growing and building good people. That's what we're trying to do. So
you are.
Yeah, well, good. Then bring them in. Bring them in. The more, the merrier.
For folks that would like to get registered, get your kids registered for those fall classes that David was just talking about, easily done with a visit to BDACT.org. I had to run up to my office during the commercial break. For folks enjoying the stream on Daily Dodge TV, I'm going to hold up this really heavy book. It's so heavy. I got off the air a couple months ago, and there was this book on my desk. I was like, well, what is that? Notes from the Bathroom Line. The Funniest Women in Comedy, Humor, Art, and Low-Grade Panic. This is a wonderful thank you that Enda dropped off for me after he was here with us on Hometown Today. After I finally could properly say his name, we just had the best conversation and so much talent there. And he was here talking about improv, and I think maybe he was teaching some classes at the time. And so that was our focus during that conversation. And wait, there's more. David Smith, tell us what's going on
now. The 24th and 25th, which is coming up pretty quick.
Yeah.
The high school aged kids in his improv class, which he calls Structured Nonsense. I don't know, maybe that's the best named class. I'm not sure. That's pretty good.
That'd be a great name for a show, Ninja.
Structured
I like that.
Nonsense. But they've decided that they've done pretty well, and he believes it's time for them to have an audience. So the tickets are really inexpensive, and it'll be held in Encore Hall, which is our second floor auditorium space. And the kids that have been in class since June will get up there, and he'll lead them through some theater games and some funny stuff. And another step in their growth and development is people to perform in front of an audience and get rid of those jitters. You don't want to carry that into adulthood. That becomes a handicap. So you want to get that out of the way so you can just get out there and explore. So he will be teaching that class. That is on the 24th and 25th. Again, BDACT.org. Structured Nonsense, really inexpensive tickets, and you're there to support these kids, and we'd love to have you come out and just enjoy an evening of some laughs.
Absolutely, and I can't believe how quickly the summer is gone, that August is almost over. Lumberjacks in Love is a show that we get to enjoy later on this year, but auditions for this are coming up fast.
Oh yeah. I think they're tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
The 26th
Nope,
through the
26th through the 28th. So those are coming up fast, and that is a sort of Wisconsin lumberjack turn of the century, last century, 1900, 1910 kind of comedy. It's been bouncing around the state for a while. There are a lot of shows like that, Guyz on Ice and Lumberjacks in Love, and it takes place in a mining camp in northern Wisconsin with a bunch of men who have a typical men-only lumberjack life, and then in comes a mail-order bride to kind of upset the apple cart. And she comes in from the East Coast and arrives, and so then comedy ensues. Anyway, there's lots of music. The band is live on the stage, and the music is all live, and nothing canned, and it's funny.
Well, we look forward to that. Again, auditions for Lumberjacks in Love at BDACT. Auditions August 26th through the 28th, and the show's happening October 18th through the 27th. Of course, you can get more details at BDACT.org. When news got out about Loco Vocals getting back together, the band literally back together, huge deal. Tell us about the Loco Vocals Coming Home reunion concert at BDACT.
That's going to be September 21st and 22nd. People may remember them. Well, everyone remembers them from. They would put on concerts. For all the years we were trying to raise money to renovate the old school into a fine arts center, the beautiful building we have now. And so they would perform concerts and give the tickets to BDACT, just give the ticket money to, they would do it for free. And they raised over $10,000, which was amazing. Yes. Thank you to the community for coming and for Local Vocals for doing what they do. And actually, it might have been more than $10,000 now that I think about it. Anyway, it was a lot of money. But people love them. They're local performers, and they do covers of a lot of great songs that you like, and they're fun and very laid back and very fun. So they talked to us a couple of years ago because they stopped midway through the pandemic. They didn't perform anymore, and they just they were done. And then they came to us a couple months ago and said, we might be interested in doing one more concert. So they're coming on September 21st, 22nd, and it'll be a lot of fun. The minute we put tickets on sale, they start just flying out.
Oh, I bet.
So tickets are still available, but they won't be for long. So if you want to see that, please come to that.
Get them now. We have just about a minute left.
Sure.
But Paddle City Big Band returns with the Paddle City Big Band concert Sunday, November 24th. I know we'll have Kim and Todd Helverson from that group on with us here on Hometown Today. That will be a great show Sunday, November 24th. New show for folks to have on their calendars is Dueling Pianos.
Yep.
That is going to be a ton of fun Saturday, November 16th. And you also have dinner theater opening up here soon. Let's try to fit this in before we have to wrap up.
Yes, and I just got a correction here, right here from Rick Ramirez. 14 years of Local Vocals, and it was 100,000. That's what I thought. I was missing a zero. So they did raise a lot of money. So fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Rick.
So yes, Dueling Pianos is, I believe, the 16th of November.
Yep, you got
that
it.
is another show that sells out quickly. So please, get your tickets. We just have so much entertainment coming up in the next 3-4 months. There's no quiet time anymore. It's not like the summer's busy and the rest of the year we can take a breather. It's always busy. So we're into the busy fall. We have our Murder Mystery Dinner Theater coming up in September. We have just a lot of things going on. One Voice has a Christmas concert, a holiday concert. Paddle City Big Band will be performing. That's our own local 17-piece big band. They do jazz and big band music.
So
and
fun.
It's wonderful, wonderful. All these shows are great. BDACT.org. Or stop by the box office at 117 Maple, and they're open Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 4. And you can call 1-920-885-6891.
David Smith, always a pleasure. Wonderful to see you. That was
great to be here.
Surprise and a nice bright spot in my day. David Smith, Managing Director at Beaver Dam Area Community Theater, here with us this morning on Hometown Today, presented by Professional Floor Covering, your floor, and so much more, and brought to you in part by McKinstry's Home Furnishings in beautiful historic downtown Beaver Dam. Hometown Today on your hometown station, 95.3 WBEV, powered by Daily Dodge.